Yes, so good evening to all of you. Can you all hear me? Okay. So due to some problems, I am not able to take up your class on insurance yesterday. So on my behalf, my wife has taken up the class. So our today's class is on customer relationship management, and the topics which we are covering in today's class is nature and significance of customer retention, approaches to retention process, stages of retention in the customer life cycle, sequences in retention process, negative signals of retention, and handling complaints to improve retention. So before starting this class, you are all knowing what is retention. Retention means that you want to retain how a business runs. Business runs for the satisfaction of customers. The goals of each and every company in the market today is to retain their customers. Apart from retaining the customers, they want to keep on adding more and more customers by giving them satisfactory services. Satisfactory services in terms of production, satisfactory services in terms of services, and so that's why we have, most of the companies have the customer care departments to which you can just log in your request for the problems you are facing related to that particular product which you are using. So major thing is to retain the customers, since there is lot of competition in the market as well. Lot of companies are there who are manufacturing same kind of product. So it's not only production, it's not only how you have just developed the product, that's it. You have developed the product, you have to also compete in the market, you have to also market your product well. You have a good strategic management team who frame strategies, you have a good product managers, you have a good good and motivated sales team. So there are a lot of factors which comes into play so as to retain your customers. You have to also go and do, your sales guy must also go and do door-to-door marketing, and I mean lot of efforts are required to retain your customers. You should also demonstrate your product through newspaper, through print media, through internet, through e-commerce. There are a lot of other websites also like Amazon.com, and lot of other online web selling portals are there on which you have to register your product as well. So you have to do a lot of efforts so as to sustain in the market and so as to retain your existing customers. And also you must keep on updating your existing customers database. So it does not mean that if you keep on finding new customers in the market who purchases your product and you forget your old customers, that's also not a good sign. So it's all about loyalty. It's all about the ethics which is being followed in the company. So I mean, lot efforts required in each and every field so as to retain the customers. So this is our today's class, that is on retention, that what strategies we can follow so that we can retain our customers. So customer retention and maximization. So the nature of the customer relationships can be found at any level. Always a share customer, lost for good customers. Always a share customer is having highest level relationships, and lost for good customers is having lowest level relationship. The key factors: switching cost, the direct and indirect costs a buyer will have to pay to go to another supplier. So loss for good customer, customers are tied to a system. Switching costs may include specific investments, cancellation penalties, setup costs for a new supplier, retraining, finding, evaluating a new supplier. So I mean, this is one of the strategies which is being followed by company, that they tie their customers to a particular system, and since you are being engaged in that system, since you are a part of that system, so since you being the part of that system, you will not get loose, because company will keep on entertaining you, keep on approaching you for the different channels they have created in the system. So they will keep on calling you that this is a new scheme in the market for that particular product. Do you want to get your product enhanced or upgraded? So we are giving this much, we are giving these schemes, we are giving this much free gifts with the existing product. So there are n number of ways through which company can tie the customer through a certain system. Number 2, always a share. Customer can allocate their purchases to several vendors. A period of no purchase can be followed by a number of purchases, so does not want to rely on a single vendor. So suppliers are largely interchangeable. That this is also one of the ways customers does not purchase a product from one vendor. I mean, what companies do, the mediator between the company and the customer is the vendor. So companies have a tie-up with lot of vendors depending upon the region, depending upon the quantity of the product they can handle at a time. So depending upon that, company has a relationship with the vendor. So a customer cannot purchase directly product from the company. Customer can only purchase product through the vendor. What customers can do, they does not rely on one vendor. They have a different vendor. For certain period of time, they purchase their product from certain vendor. For certain period of time, they purchase product from the different vendor. So this is also one of the ways company can tie their customers to a respective company, so that customer cannot go anywhere and he or she should keep on buying the existing company's product. Then payoffs to sellers from long-term customer relationships. So grows additional business opportunities for new products or in-case purchases. Premium prices results from giving first-rate service and product quality. Reduced selling costs from tighter coordination of products and logistics, and additional revenues possible from customers, referrals and joint sales calls with customers. So payoffs to sellers from long-term customer relationships. So I mean, the customers who are the very old customers in the market, who has been buying the company's product from certain vendor or from certain seller from a long time, for them company can provide additional business opportunities for new products or new purchases to those sellers who has retained the particular customer with themselves, so that customer is very much satisfied that he only goes to the certain vendor and he only purchases that company's product only. I mean, suppose if I am very much happy with the Nokia phone services, so whether I will go to any vendor, there are n number of vendors, vendor 1, vendor 2, vendor 3, but I'll go and I'll only buy that Nokia phone only. I'll not go for Apple phone, I'll not go for Samsung phone, I'll be only buying that Nokia phone. So for those sellers, for those vendors who has retained their customers, with them, so for those sellers, company can give them new opportunities or new business for new products or increased purchases. Then premium prices result from giving first rate service and product quality. Also, it must be ensured by the vendors in the market there that whatever prices they have fixed for the products and whatever quality the product has, they must give the first rate price and they must give the product quality. So this premium price will help the customer that okay, I'm going to this particular shop and the price is very genuine for this particular product here, so I'll definitely come to this shop, and I'll also tell my other friends also that go to this particular shop because they are giving this particular product at a reasonable price. So that is termed as the premium price. So this is also one of the ways to retain customers, to win customer confidence, to gain the confidence of the customer, because prices play a vital part. If you are giving something at a minimum price, at a good price, and the product quality is also very good, so customer will definitely approach you for purchasing that particular product. Then reduce selling costs from tighter coordination of products and logistics. Also, if you are providing good service to the customers, if some seller is providing good service to the customers, so company can also reduce the selling cost. I mean, there are a lot of costs when certain product is being transported from a company to the retailer shop or to the seller shop. So there are a lot of other costs available in between. I mean, the logistic charges are there, the transportation charges are there, the insurance charges are there. So if you are providing good service to the customer, so company can also reduce those charges. The transportation charges can be reduced, the logistic charges can be reduced, the insurance charges. So all in all, if you are providing good service to the customers, if you are retaining the customer, so company will reduce the selling cost charges. So additional revenues possible from customer referrals and joint sales costs with customers. So if that particular shop is providing good service to the customers, that customer will go outside and they will share the feedback of your shop, or they will share the feedback of the product they are using with their relatives, with their family people, with their friends, with other people. So this will also help in generating additional revenue for that particular seller, and then finally that particular revenue will reach the company, because finally that company's product is being sold, and since that company's product is being sold, additional revenue will be generated, and that revenue will help the seller also as well as the company people also. So these are the benefits which are being involved if we retain the customers. Okay, is it clear to all? Okay. Just the PPT is loading. So two reasons why companies stay in a business relationship. Reason one, they have to know alternative binding actions such as contracts, product type. Reason two, they want to relationship is satisfying because of cooperation and meeting financial objectives. Two reasons why companies stay in a business relationship. There are also one of the ways. Suppose if I'm using in my company, if I'm using the HP printers and scanners, and I have say 500 branches in India, and we have a rate contract with an HP company, the Hewlett Packard, who manufactures the scanners and the printers. Now, since I'm very much satisfied by the service of HP, number one, I trust on HP brand because I have get the feedback from other of my friends, colleagues and company people that HP product is very much reliable and it's very much durable to use. And after sales service are also good for the HP product. So what I'll do is I'll enter into a rate contract with them, or I'll do a tie-up with them. So these are certain ways through which company can enter into a long-term business relationship also. So this is also one of the ways of retaining customers. That means that if you want to retain the customers, you can enter into a long-term relationship at company level, at corporate level. So for that you have to sign an MOU or a rate contract between the two companies, and you will fix up a price, and you will fix up the price of that for the rate contract is for 1 year, and for that 1 year I'm not bothered about the fluctuation of the prices going on in the market, but I am bothered that I'll be paying per price, per printer and per scanner price, I'll pay you such amount of money. So that is how rate contracts are being signed between the two companies so as to retain the customer. In between, what HP will do, HP will keep on coming to the customer and asking them and taking and getting the feedback from those people that whether the product are you satisfied with the product. If any product is obsolete and new upgraded version of that product is available in the company, so it is the duty of the HP company to inform to the customer that okay, this product which we are using right now and which is the part of the rate contract is obsolete, and in place of that particular product, this particular new product is available. So you will be getting the services of this product at the same price as we are using in the same price which we are giving in the last product. And also they will keep on conducting conferences, seminars, and they'll invite the customers to come and attend those conferences. So I mean, these are all the ways through which company can retain their existing customers. So customers can be an individual or customers can be a company also. Okay, is it clear to all? Any doubts, any clarifications? Okay. So relationship is satisfying because of cooperation and meeting financial objectives. So this is how, I mean, all relationships is based on cooperation and financial objectives must also be taken care of while entering into a relationship. So ties that build relationships, superior performance at a good price, social relationships created by frequent interactions, technical dependencies brought about by reliance on a supplier's product or support, formal agreements involving investments or contracts. So these are the external factors that helps you in building relationships. That means from both the parties or from both the sides or from both the teams or from both the customer side and the product and the company side. So they must be having superior performance at a good price. So it is the duty of the product company that they should offer superior performance at a good price value. They must, from both the sides, there should be a good social relationship by frequent interactions, by frequent meetings, seminars, conferences. Then technical dependencies brought about the reliance on a supplier's product or support. That means if I am using some company's product, and suppose if I am using the printer of HP, if I am facing some problem, if a technical dependency is brought about reliance, if I am facing some problems in my HP printer or HP scanner, I will get a call log to HP's engineer, and HP's engineer will visit my place and get my problem rectified. So these are the technical dependencies. And also, as I said, that there is a formal agreement or an MOU or the rate contract in respect to the investment part and the contract part. So these all factors are responsible for having good and strong relationships between the customer and the manufacturing company. What are the sources of competitive advantage? To build customer loyalty, develop a competitive advantage by providing superior performance, quality products and support as defined by the customer, distinctive and reliable service. So these are the sources of competitive advantage. To build customer loyalty, develop a competitive advantage by providing superior performance, quality products and support as defined by the customer, and distinctive and reliable service. So again, this is one of the ways so as to retain customers. If you provide a good service to the customer, if your performance is very good, if the quality of your product, if the product's quality is very good, if the product is as per the requirement of the customer needs, if the product you are offering is at the reasonable price, at the good price, if your after sales service is very good, if you are meeting all these requirements of the customer, then definitely customer will be happy to work with you and will be happy in purchasing your company's product for a long time. And also customer will also recommend other people or other companies in the market that they should purchase your company's product, since the services being provided by you at each and every level is very, very good. So these are also the ways of retaining the customers. retaining the existing customers as well as also making new customers. Then the impact of trust and commitment on business relationship. So relationship commitment is based on relationship termination costs, where costs are involved, benefits, shared values, acquiescence, propensity to leave, cooperation. Then trust should be communication, shared values, opportunistic behavior, uncertainty, functional conflict, and cooperation. So these are all the factors involved in maintaining a committed, strong, and trustworthy relationship. I mean the values, the behavior, the communication, the functional conflict, the uncertainty factor is also there. So all these, the after sales service, I mean all those factors are involved in maintaining a good relationship with the customer. So communicating with customers, you can communicate with customers through telephone, you can communicate with customers through fax, you can communicate with customers through email, you can communicate with customers through business letter, you can communicate with customers face to face. So these are the ways of communicating with customers. Then a tool for customer retention. See, once you have sold your product to the customer, it's also your responsibility to keep on time conducting surveys, keep on time approaching your customers and getting the feedback from them that whether are you still satisfied with the product and the support I am providing, or you want any modifications, any changes, or tell me the way how best I can serve you, so that you should continue using our company's product. So what are the requirements for conducting a useful survey? Choose mail or telephone to do the survey. Determine the kind of information you need. A certain satisfaction with overall relationship. Measure specific aspects of the relationship. The unspoken concerns of customers. Determine what will get measured regarding customer expectations. Having meaningful and measurable ratings and scores. So these are some of the ways carrying out the surveys. So also when you go to certain organizations, they'll give you the feedback form that how much impressed you are by our services. So these are all the ways of getting surveys. What these surveys will do, these surveys will help you in analyzing your customer database, number one, and if any enhancements or upgradation which is required to be made at your end, so that customers should be satisfied and they should continue working with you. So for that also surveys are useful. That means your survey is nothing but companies directly interacting with the customers just to know about their satisfaction level, about the enhancements and upgradations which has to be made, about whether the service is going on good or not, about if they have any problems in using the product. So just to getting all those feedbacks, survey is being carried out. So surveys can be carried out through telephone, through sending mails to them, through interacting with them directly face to face, through conducting seminars in which all the customers is being called by the company, and the company's journey from starting till end has been from starting till date is being displayed, and also it's an open interaction between the company people and the customers. If customers have any concern, they will raise their concerns, and it's the responsibility of the company to work as per the customer's requirement and provide them the satisfaction which they are looking for. So in this way also you can retain the customers. Okay, is it clear to all? Okay. Then 4 questions satisfying survey. General overall satisfaction question. I mean process 1 is the parts handling. Process 2 is the parts repair, then service manuals, technical support, and etc. So these are the different ways of carrying out surveys. This parts handling is for suggest change for improvement. I mean in all the five ways of carrying out surveys, there is always a there is always a feedback is being expected from the customer. So if just suggest if we can make any more improvements or not. So one is the part handling process is there for carrying out, then parts repairs, then service manuals. Whenever you purchase a new product, service manuals is being provided. A technical support document is also there to help you out how to operate that product technically and to understand the process how that particular product works. So this is the 4 question satisfaction survey: parts handling, parts repair, service manuals, technical support, and process. And there is an always open invitation from the customers, so that if they want any changes to be made for the betterment, they are ready to suggest. Then loyalty questions are willingness to recommend, repurchase intentions. These are the 4 question satisfaction survey. So measuring satisfaction after the surveys, management questions from the management perspective or from the company's perspective. What are the benefits they'll get after carrying out the survey? What do the survey tell us? Number 1. How do we use the information we have? Number 2. For the betterment, for the satisfaction of the customers rather. How reliable is the information? So that are the 3 concerns from the management of the company's perspective. Then satisfaction survey guidelines. Look at overall scores. Number 1, compare scores to previous measures, preferably over several years. Are trends up, down, stable? Number 3, how many facets of satisfaction do we measure? Number 4, how many attributes for each facet should be measured? Number 5, what is our relationship facet performance score? That is RFP. So these are from the company's perspective or from the management perspective, that they were, suppose if they have carried out one survey last year, then they have carried out certain surveys 6 months back, and then they have carried out survey right now. So they will compare all the 3 surveys and they will try to compare the scores which they are getting. So that scores will help them in deciding that whether their customer database is increasing, whether their customers are retaining, or whether they are losing customers. So it's purely an internal management exercise which is being carried out, so as to just to ensure that whether they are going in a right direction, whether they are retaining customers, whether they are able to satisfy customers or not. So this is how these surveys exercise is being carried out from the company's perspective. These are not very much useful. So this brings us to the end of this particular slide on customer retention. Okay, is it clear to all this particular slide? Any doubts, any questions anybody wants to ask? See, you just have to understand the basics. The motto of any business which is being conducted in the world is to satisfy customers, number 1. And it is the duty and responsibility of the company that if they want to sustain in the market, they have to retain their customers, they have to influence their customers. For influencing their customers, they carry out n number of things. They'll send you emails, they organize parties, they organize conferences, they'll tie you through rate contract, they'll enter into a rate contract term, they'll provide good after sales service. So I mean, these are n number of ways through which company can retain their customers. And also they also market their products through internet, through advertisements on newspaper, on TV channels, sending emails to you, sending SMS to you, sending WhatsApp messages to you. So I mean, these are just to be in the limelight, just to ensure that their customer is not getting lost. They follow a number of strategies for retaining their customers, because companies are generating revenues, companies are getting money, companies are getting business through their customers. So it's their first priority is to satisfy the customers. So that is all about retention here. Now moving on to the next slide. What are the important importance of retention. So customer retention, more futuristic than customer satisfaction, focuses marketing efforts to current customers, the opposite of conquest marketing. The increasing importance of customer retention, markets are stagnant, decrease in population growth, GNP growth increasing at a decreasing rate, increase in competition relative parity, rising cost of marketing, increase in the cost of advertising, loss of share of voice. This is not important. The benefits of, so what are the benefits of customer retention? That your profit derived from sales will, if you are retaining the existing customers, definitely your profit are derived from sales will increase. When profits from reduced operational costs, it is 3 to 5 times cheaper to keep a customer than to recruit a new one. And 3, you will get more and more referrals. So these are the benefits of customer retention. What are the customer relationship retention tactics? Maintain the proper perspective, build trusting relationships, protect confidential information, tell customers the truth, provide them full information, whether it's pros or cons, that means whether it's positive or negative, any. Be dependable, courteous and considerate, be actively involved in community affairs. So these are the customer retention tactics. Monitor the service delivery process, properly install products and train customers, be there when you are needed the most, provide discretionary effort. So is it always worthwhile to keep a customer? The account is no longer profitable, contract conditions are no longer being met, customers' demands are beyond reasonable, customer is abusive to the point that it lowers employee morale, customer's reputation is so poor that it tarnishes the reputation of the selling firm. So, I mean, in all these circumstances, when you are having these kind of issues with the customer, still you must retain a customer. Still you must try to retain a customer, because at some point of time, if things will go all right, definitely and if you are still into the relationship with the customer, then definitely the customer has that particular feeling in mind that this particular company is still retaining me if I am not useful for them. So it's all about ethics, it's all about trust, it's all about the bonding, it's all about the confidence the customer has in the company and the company has in the customer. So it works both sided. So that's why it is being said that it is always worthwhile to keep a customer even if they are not useful for them. So emerging customers retention programs. The primary goal is to encourage existing customers to purchase more often from the same provider. These are all theories which are not useful for you. So emerging customers retention programs. Emerging customers retention programs. Relationship marketing technique based on developing long-term relationships with customers. After marketing emphasizes the importance of marketing efforts after the initial sale has been made. Then types of service guarantees, implicit guarantees and unwritten unspoken guarantee that establishes an understanding between the firm and its customer. Specific result guarantees that apply only to specific steps or outputs in the service delivery process. Then unconditional guarantee, a guarantee that promises complete customer satisfaction. So these are the types of service guarantees. I think we can just stop for a 2 minutes break here, because continuously I am teaching, so it's better to give a 2 minutes break so that I can concentrate more. Yes, so yes, we can start now. Sorry for that. Yeah. So the benefits, what are the benefits of guarantees? So if we are providing these benefits in the form of guarantee to the customers, customer directed benefits are customer perceive better value, perceived risk is lower, the firm is perceived as more reliable, helps consumers decide among alternatives, helps consumers overcome resistance, helps to overcome negative word of mouth. So if these are the benefits we are providing to the customers, that means it is a sort of a guarantee that we will going to retain the customer for a longer time. These are the benefits of guarantees. So organization directed benefits forces a firm to focus on the customer's definition of good service. The guarantee states a goal that is communicated to employees and customers. Invoking guarantees provides a measurable means of performance. So these are the benefits of guarantees. Organization directed benefits forces the firm to examine its entire service delivery system for failure points, serves a source of pride and motivation for team building. So these are the benefits which we can derive with if an organization, just because there is supply chain management. If you have heard the term supply chain management is the process in which the product is being manufactured in the company and finally until it reaches to the customer. So to ensure that all the things are working smooth within that particular supply chain management process, so it's the responsibility of the organization that if we want to derive the benefit from the customers, they must ensure that there should not be any failure point within that particular delivery system of the supply chain management. Because if the product is being developed on time, that product is reaching to the retailer or customer, and the product is reaching to the wholesaler or retailer on time, and finally from them it is reaching the product, the product is reaching to the customer on time. So if that particular process is smooth, so definitely it will help in developing the faith of the customer towards that particular organization. What are the risks associated with guarantees? It may be viewed as a tacky marketing ploy, is guaranteed due to failures in the past. Customers may be too embarrassed to invoke guarantee. Guarantee may encourage customers not to complain. Documentation and time for actual refund to be completed. So these are the risks associated with the guarantee. So there are pros also and there are cons also. So we must be aware about both the facts. Then what are the suggested conditions for offering service guarantees? Prices are high, the costs of a negative outcome are high, the service is customized, the brand recognition is difficult to achieve, the buyer's resistance is high. And what are the customer defections? Business commonly lost 15% to 20% of the customers each year. What are the type of defectors? Price defectors, product defectors, service defectors, market defectors, technological defectors, and organizational defectors. So due to these kind of defects, it can be pre-assumed by the company that there may be or may not be a loss of 15 to 20% of their customers each year, because there is nothing 100% perfect in the world. There can be a technological defect, there can be a service defect, there can be a product defect, there can be a price defect due to inflation in the market, or there can be some organizational conflict because of which there can be an organizational defect also. So one must be ready that there may be or may not be a chance of losing 15 to 20% customers each year. Then what are satisfactions and defections? Satisfaction does not necessarily translate into customer retention. Satisfaction can be high satisfaction and low loyalty, commodity products, consumer indifference, many substitutes, low cost of switching. So we cannot say that satisfaction necessarily will necessarily translate into customer retention. Now satisfaction does not necessarily translate into customer retention. Low satisfaction, high retention, regulated monopoly, dominant brand equity, high cost of switching, proprietary technology. So these are the satisfactions and defections. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this particular slide. Is it clear to all? Any doubts? Anybody? Any questions? Anybody wants to ask? This slide is just loading. Now let us see the customer retention strategy. Nixon, what does that you mean? No, why you have written no? What is the issue? Any doubts, any questions, Nixon? You want to ask something? Okay. I'm not very late. I think since I'm concentrating and focusing on the slides, so I'm not able to see that chat box. So I think there are a lot of other PPTs also, but it also covers the same point of thing. I think whatever I have to cover in today's class, that I've already covered. I've covered the most of the things related to retention. So with all your permission, if you are comfortable with today's class, so that we can wind up the class now, or if you want, since 7 to 8 minutes more are left, I can continue, but I think those all things are same which I have explained you thoroughly from starting up till now. So as you say, I mean, it's your call. If you want that I should continue for 7-8 minutes more, I can, but the things are the same. The basics, if you can understand the basics what I have told you right now related to retention, you can just go through any other book, any other PPTs, any other PDF files, you will understand. If you have understand the basic concepts in the class which I have taught you today, there will be no problem for you to understand this retention part. Okay? So shall I continue or shall I wind up? Okay, with all your permissions, I am winding up today's class a little bit early because the content which I have to deliver, the things which I have to talk to you in today's class, that already I have covered. Okay? So I am stopping right now. So thank you for your time. Hope you have enjoyed today's class. Have a Have a great weekend and just do give your feedbacks after the class.